Today you'll need to stand up in your spot, and we're going to start with some stretches. Stretch your arms nice and wide and pretend you're holding 2 cups. Tip out one cup, and I want you to twist right from that shoulder. Tip it out and tip out the other cup. Tip, tip, and tip. Tip, tip, and tip. One more. Tip, tip, and tip. Take a big stretch up to the sky. Interlace your fingers and reach over like a banana. And the other side. Big circle back. Shake, 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 shake. And you're ready to write. This week we are learning to efficiently write a lowercase L, T and I, and we're really focusing on having beautiful slope. That means that the letters lean over a little bit. You'll know that you've been successful today if you have about half a page of neat sloping letters, and as always, letters that use the lines to stay a consistent or the same size. Let's begin with our pattern. We're going to do 2 different triangle shapes today. One will be pointing up and one will be pointing down. So for one of my triangles, I'm going to start on the bottom line, head up to the top, back down and across. For the second triangle, I'm going to start at the top on the left, go across, down and up to finish. Keep going all the way to the end, practicing your triangles. Even better if they look like they could almost fit together like a puzzle, so the gaps between them are quite similar. Today we're talking about slope.
What's slope?
What's slope? Slope means that your letters are leaning across the page a little bit, almost like they're running in that direction. So let's say I was going to look at the letter T. Instead of having my T standing up really tall like this, my T can lean over just a little bit, like that. I don't want my letter to lean right over, and I don't want my letter to lean backwards because that's a bit lazy. I just want my letter to have a slight lean, like that one. Before we begin our slope session, here's a little tip for you. If you hold your pencil in your right hand, tilt your book a little to the right. If you hold your pencil in your left hand, tilt your book a little to the left. We're going to begin with the letter L. L is a tall letter and a downstroke letter. So you want to start at the very top dark line and your pencil goes straight down to the bottom dotted line. Look again, starting at the top solid line, straight down to the bottom line. And you'll notice that already both of my letter L's are leaning a little bit along the page. They're not standing up straight, they've got a little lean. Keep trying yourself all the way to the end of the line, remembering to press pause if you need to. Next, we're going to use that same downstroke to make our letter T, and I'm sure you can already see how that's going to work. I start up on the solid dark line, I head straight down to the bottom, and I use that middle or top dotted line, middle between the two lines we're using, to cross my T. Straight down and a short line across. If you're in year 3 or above, you might decide to add on that exit flick onto the bottom of your letter T. Or even if you're in stage 1 and you know that your handwriting is looking superb, you might decide to add it on too. Keep going to the end of the line, pausing if you need. Next, I'm going to do the letter I. I is a body letter, so I'm only going to do my line between the two dotted lines. So I start at the top, straight down, and then I lift my pencil and come back to do my dot on top. Watching again, straight down, dot the top. Once again, if you're in year 3 or above, you might decide to add on the exit flick. Up to you. I should think to mention too that by now in stage 1, I would hope that everyone is just doing a dot. I certainly wouldn't want to see any big coloured in circles on top of your letter I. Just a line down and a dot. Now we're ready to do 2 words, and today we're going to write lovely kite. I'm going to begin with my letter L, straight down. O, an anti-clockwise letter from a previous video. A V starts at the top, down and up, almost like your triangles you were practicing before. The letter E, remember that begins in the middle there, goes around and down. Another L and a Y, begins at the dots, finishes down on that bottom solid line. Lovely. Kite. Now kite is a downstroke letter, so you might make sure yours is on a little bit of a slope like we've been practicing. I with a slope, T with a slope, and finishing with an E. Lovely kite. Now I got a bit ahead of myself there and added an exit flick to that I. Remember, it's up to you. If you're in stage 2, you might be adding in some of those flicks. But you don't have to if you're in stage 1 just yet. You might be able to fit that on one more time as well. Once you're finished, it's time to grab a different coloured pencil and do your self-corrections. So I definitely am not happy with that big dot on the I there, but I do think I've done a nice job on some of these letter T's. I think my slope for all of the L column is lovely. It's all leaning forward, not too far, but not standing up straight. And I like this word here. I think the space between my letters is much better. Over here, maybe I've left a bit too much space sometimes. So I'll give that one a tick. Thank you for watching. If you have a little bit more time, keep watching and we will do some kites together. I'm going to use the letter T to make a kite. So grab a different coloured pencil, and if you like, you can make them a little bit bigger than some of your letters. Up to you. I'm going to begin with my sloping letter T. From there, I'm going to join up each of the points of my letter T. And then don't forget a wiggly tail. I've got plenty of time. I'm going to choose a different colour to do my next one. I have a rainbow of kites on my page. All the time though, making sure that my letter T to start has good slope. I'm trying hard too to make sure that all my kites are a consistent size. There you go. Have fun!